In this session, we're going to talk about how to defeat comment spam. If you have comments turned on your blog, at some point somebody is going to post a link to Xanax. If they post 9,000 of those, you may need some. The easiest defense is to simply turn off comments. If you don't need them, turn them off. You'll never get any. Piece of cake. However, if you want to leave them on, there are some things you can do to fight spam. Let's take a look at the comments page here. You can see here at the top that one of our options is spam. And you can take any comment and mark it as spam, and now it's marked as spam. Then you can optionally empty spam, or we can mark it not spam. Now marking something spam doesn't really do anything special to it, except keep it marked as spam. If you try to do this manually with every comment, you will lose. That's just the way it works. So, what you want is a plugin. Let's go to Plugins, Add New, and I'm going to search for spam. And this page says we found 745 items that help to fight spam. Almost all of them do it in a slightly different way. They have crazy algorithms that read your messages and try to figure out if it's spam. But at the end, every single one of them does the same thing. It marks a message as spam or not, exactly like you did manually. All that to say, it doesn't really matter which one of these you use, as long as you find one that keeps the spam out the way you like. My absolute favorite anti-spam plugin is called Akismet. It's here at the top, and we already have it installed. Now, Akismet is also a service. Let's go take a look here. We'll activate it. And now it says you must activate your Akismet account. We'll click that, and now we need to either create a key or use one that we already have. Let's create a new one. And this takes us out to akismet.com/WordPress. Now, Akismet is run by the same people who create WordPress. And the way it works is anytime someone makes a comment, it sends the comment to akismet.com, where they read through it, figure out whether or not it's spam, and then mark it as such for you in your own site. You'll never have to come back here. Everything happens within your own site, but it works very, very well. Let's get an Akismet API key. They need an email address, a username, and a password. Then they suggest a username for you. I'll go ahead and use that one, and then you make up a password. And then you make up a better password. There. Now in this page you have some options of paying for it or not paying for it. Enterprise is $50 a month for multiple site access. The Pro version is $5 a month. It's for small, non-personal sites or blogs. So this would be for your store or something like that. And then there's the personal section, which ranges in price from $0 to $120 a year for non-business personal sites or blogs. I'm going to choose that one. And here you can set your payment. They suggest $36 a year. You can slide this to $120 a year, or all the way down to $0. When you get to $0, the credit card information goes away. This is a really great service, and if you can afford it, I suggest paying for it. Because I'm not going to put it on a real site, I'm going to choose $0. There, now I have a key. I'm going to copy this and go back to my site. Now we go back to Plugins, and here on the left is an Akismet link, or at the top is Activate Your Akismet Account. Let's click that. Now we choose I already have a key. And we put it in here and save changes. And there we are. Now we're on the Akismet page. It says it's valid. We can choose to auto-delete spam submitted on posts more than a month old. Normally, when a spam message comes in, it's simply marked as spam, and then you can go deal with it. If you have a message that is more than a month old and gets a spam comment, you can simply have it automatically deleted if you choose. Then you can show the number of comments you've approved beside each comment author. This helps you know which authors are fairly prolific as commenters. There's some information here about the Akismet servers. If the Akismet servers are down, then commenting on your site can fail. That's pretty annoying. I think I've only seen them go down twice in the last couple of years though, and even then for only a few minutes, so it's not that big a deal. And then it shows you when it was last checked. Now, as I mentioned before, all that Akismet really does is read through your comments and mark them as spam or not. Then you can periodically go into the spam folder of your comments and simply mark all and mark them deleted. One nice thing about Akismet is that if you don't have it and you end up with 4,000 comments on your site and most of them are spam and you don't want to go through and mark them, Akismet will read through all of your old comments and move them to spam as needed. So this is a great way to clean up a site that already has a ton of spam comments. There's a link here at the top for stats, and this shows the spam captured on your own site. This can be useful to see whether you have false positives, missed spam, etc. Before we wind up, I'd like to show you some interesting stats at akismet.com. I'm going to log out. And here on the Akismet.com homepage, it shows how much spam they've wiped out. That's 108 trillion spams. Right here, it says today alone, 173 million spam comments they have kept off the internet. That's really impressive, and this is why I recommend them.